Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My latest project is People in Motion. So I'd like to start having you guys have your characters either walk towards, walk back, have a specific pose, and not just standing still. So my particular guy that you just saw me draw, I did it with a little bit of ink and a little bit of a paintbrush, a little bit of just clear water to smear the ink to create the light and shadow. So this particular character is walking towards me. So you know that because of the feet position and also the arm position. So that's very important too. We walk with a natural stride. So his right leg has his heel down and toe up, and his back leg is on bent on his toes, and his heel up for his back leg. And you can notice that to create that perspective, the heel of his right leg is slightly lower than his toes for his other legs. So that appears that the right leg is a little bit forward. And then his elbow and his arm is bent at the elbow, and his left hand is slightly forward, and his right hand is slightly back, almost in the back of his jacket. And then creating little tiny things like his sweater curved upwards, and that's created by his thigh going forward, so that's creating some movement in his clothing. And his right shoulder is slightly lower, and his right shoulder slightly higher. So that creates a little bit of movement in terms of his positioning. And then very, very simply with his light and shadow, I just put a little bit of shadow underneath his collar, his shadow between his legs. You just got to decide where the light will probably hit. Obviously his light on the top of his shoulders, so I kept it completely white on the top of his shoulders, and then dark being shadowed by his jacket or his sweater on the top of his thighs. And then his hands slightly shadowed as well. And then a little bit of shadow in the pleats of his scarf, and then a little bit on his elbow. You just got to decide where the light is hitting, from the top, from the left, from the right, and that'll determine where your shadows are on your figure. And then I have 2 or 3 other characters. This old man sitting down on a bench. He's staring off into the distance. So I did this with just pencil. So light and shadow underneath his elbows and his collar. The light is coming from the top, and his head, his hat should have a little bit of shadow, casting a little bit of shadow on one side of his face, and then below and onto the bench. And then I have this last character, this old man walking away from you. So you can tell that, obviously this is from the back, and his knee is bent on his right leg, his heel is up, his toe is down, and then his other leg is perfectly straight, waiting for that next stride, and also the bend of his arm, and his hand is below, on his back, and he's walking with a cane, a little bit of light and shadow on the ground, just to anchor your drawing to creating a bottom and a top. So please have fun with your characters, let them be unique and really, really special.